My name is Allison, and I'm going to be walking you through today's session. As I mentioned over my email, our office is currently working with Newsy to help design their new mobile website. I'd like to begin by thanking you for making time to speak with us. Really appreciate it. Your feedback is valuable and will help us determine if our website functions as it's needed. Just to confirm, we'd like to keep this session to about 10 minutes. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that's great.
If you need a break at any time or to stop, just let me know. And during the session, I'll be asking you a few questions about your work. Later on, I'll ask you to share your screen and accomplish a few tasks using the website we're evaluating. Please be aware that there are no wrong answers. In fact, this is probably the one place today where you don't have to worry about making mistakes. As you go about using the website, I'll ask you to think aloud as much as possible to describe what you're looking at and what you're trying to do. This will be a big help. Also, please don't worry about hurting anyone's feelings. This is for the whole team. Our designers have just put together a few different designs, and we're trying to gauge if these are functional. We definitely want your honest feedback. And if you have any questions as we go along, feel free to ask. I may not be able to answer them right away, since we're interested in how people do when they don't have someone sitting next to them to help. But if you still have any questions when we're done, I'll try to answer them then. With your permission, I'd like to record this call. It will only be used to figure out how to improve the site, and won't be seen by anybody other than probably my design team. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Awesome. Do you have any questions for me?
Yep. I accept these terms and conditions.
Awesome, thanks. Okay, before we take a look at the site, I'd like to hear a little bit about you. What's your occupation and what do you do all day?
What is my occupation? What do I do? So I'm a product manager, and all day I sit around and tell people what to build. No, I'm just kidding. Generally all day, the products that I work on, I have a product vision for a lot of them in a team, and I help them stay aligned with the product vision and make sure what we're building is the highest priority thing.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's really interesting. Does your work require a specific kind of training or experience?
Experience, yes.
Okay.
Experience in building products is what I would say it requires. Training, no.
Like there's no, like, you don't go get a product manager certification.
Oh, okay. That's really interesting. Thanks. So I think that's about all I had. I'm just really curious just to kind of get a feel for what you do with your day and how you spend your time. So I have sent you the link. If you could go ahead and click the link and then start to share your screen with me. Do you know how to do that?
Yes, hold on. Let me click. All right, can you see my screen?
Almost. Great. Okay, let me just get back to my notes real quick.
Perfect.
So, first, I would love for you to tell me just what your first impressions are. What do you think this website is for? And don't click on anything yet, just kind of look around on this page.
This site looks like something that's going to tell me information for sure, like probably news because of the home news, arts, sports area. Of course, there's I still see blanks here, so no visuals to confirm that, but I'm guessing based off that and then the hashtags that I'm used to.
Perfect. Thank you. That's really helpful. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to respond to the following scenarios. I'm going to read each scenario out loud, and I'll also share the text of the scenario via live chat. All right, so the first scenario is, I want you to imagine that you're scrolling the news before you fall asleep, and the bright screen is hurting your eyes. You decide to switch over to the website's dark mode. Sorry about that. Could you please show me how you would accomplish this?
All right, so I'm switching over to the dark mode.
Yeah, well, it looks like you're already on dark mode for some reason.
Yeah, I would probably click here and do something like that.
Can you go ahead and do that for me again? Just going the back
Yes.
to dark.
So I'm going to dark mode. That. Look.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, and then the second scenario is you've been meaning to check out how Disney Plus is faring, and since its launch, and so you only have a minute to look for information about this using this website. Can you show me how you would look for info about Disney Plus in the quickest manner possible?
Oh. Disney Plus. Go. A huge hit.
All right. Now we know it's a great success. Great. We're finished with the bulk of the test. I noticed that you were kind of looking around at the menu button. Can you tell me more about what motivated you to look there and what you were hoping to find?
Sure. Generally, when I'm in a place like this, I always want to kind of see like what all my options are. So, like if I'm on a computer and I get on it, sorry, one of the first things I'll do is go click like File or Chrome or whatever. Just it's like an old instinct to find the menu bar and see all the options. Especially when I know on a site like this, generally there's not going to be very many. And also, yeah, I think if the site was more cluttered, there were a lot more on the front page, then I wouldn't expand that because I would already have enough things being thrown at me. But generally, I expanded that first, and really the only reason why I didn't hit search first was because I saw the hamburger menu first and expanded that while I was still looking at everything else, and then noticed the search.
Okay. If you would you have expected to see a search button in the menu by any chance? Is that what you were looking for, or are you kind of just browsing like you were saying?
Possibly. And then just kind of hitting it because a lot of times, especially in things that have a lot of information like this, they'll have more options there. And if one of the options underneath that was like film or something, I don't know, like I might go to a category over just searching because I know that if I can find a category quickly that is completely relevant to whatever the topic is that I'm looking at, like Disney, then it may be a little more foolproof than the search query that I throw out.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate your insight. Okay, so do you have any more thoughts about this concept in general, or the way this website worked?
I'm assuming this is like chatting. This is bookmarking things if I like them. This sends me back to my home in settings.
That's pretty accurate.
I think the home is in the right spot. As far as the rest, I don't know. Like, I might want to have, if I was as a product manager, I might want to explore the ordering of that a little more.
Okay.
Everything else is clean and aligned, which I like. Like this header is aligned with that image, which is aligned with this line. And it's okay that these are centering because the image is aligned. That's supposed to be indenting. The indenting on this side matches. Yeah, I mean it's what'll this do? Oh, whatever. Yeah, no, this is if I knew all the options to this, for me personally, and you gave me this to start with, I would have gone straight to night mode if I could, especially if this was an app that I was using. If this was just a web page, like I was using a URL, like I was using like Safari or Chrome or something like that, I probably would not go into night mode because I generally want to get to the information that I can get to with the least amount of settings or preferences done. And the reason why is that if I'm using like a browser, then I know that all kinds of stuff can break as you add more complexity to it. And so I want to get to the information as fast as possible without trying to break anything. If this was an app,
immediately would be looking for like a night mode.
Okay, yeah, that's really helpful feedback. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I have a lot to think about and to notes to take. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Is there anything that I forgot to ask, or maybe that you were hoping for a chance to mention?
No.
Awesome. All right. Would you be open to speaking to us again in the future if we have any more questions?
Sure.
Thanks. And do you have anyone else that you think we should talk to that maybe you could send our way?
Yeah, I know a person or two I could probably send you.
Okay, great. If you could just email me, that would be awesome.
Okay.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Have a great evening.
Alrighty.
All
Bye.
right, bye.